The path that leads to truth is littered with the bodies of the ignorant. Miyamoto Musashi. My friends, don't be one of those ignorant people. Learn, practice, gain knowledge and wisdom. Ignorance means not knowing. And by spending time in the markets each and every day following price movement, you won't be ignorant. You will be knowledgeable. You won't be one of those bodies littering the way. Now, let's talk about what we see happening. Oh, two great trainings. They're going to be at the end of today's video. They're all over the YouTube channel. I'm attaching them all over the place. They're about average true range and also about how to not lose money. I just want you to pay attention to those. Take those trainings. They're incredible. You will get so much from them. I am the always winning strategy, and again, the proper use of average true range for setting volatility so that you don't get stopped out of trades when you don't need to be, and also to help you figure out how to maximize profitability. You're going to love it. 2 free trainings available to everybody. Take them. I'll make sure to post them at the end of today's video. And don't forget, Patreon members, tonight I've already recorded it. It is being downloaded right now. I have your charting crypto. For everyone else, you'll get it on Friday. Now, what do we see going on in this market? Look at this weekly chart. What do you see? Lots of downward momentum and push, but it's an up day. It's a nice big up day. Does that change anything about the market on the weekly chart? No, it just means you got a little bit longer wick because it's rolled back. Still a strong red down candle, still lots of downward push, price percent oscillator stroking down. Derivative oscillator still losing some downward momentum, but very negative. What do we see on the 2-day now? This, of course, is the first day of the latest 2-day candle. It's not even a green open box. It's a solid green, not hitting a lower low with a wick on the bottom, maybe a little wick there on top. It's a slowdown in the down movement. Derivative oscillator still negative. Price percent oscillator flat. That's the best it can do for us on the intermediate chart. We look at the half day. You can see even with this up movement, didn't cross over going up. Derivative oscillator still negative. Now, it's good to see. This is what happens, though. If you're in a bull market, stocks will go up and then they'll level off and go down. If you're in a bear market, stocks will go down. And then, of course, at some point, they'll go up and then they'll go back down again. Overall, though, trending up markets, trend up. Trending down markets, trend down. It's nice to have some up days, but it doesn't mean it's over. Short-term chart is just that. Short-term chart, little wave. Medium-term chart, intermediate-term chart, that is the medium-sized wave. And of course, the weekly chart, that's your big wave, the big kahuna. All things being equal, the market moves in the direction of the largest chart, period. The trend is your friend until the end. Now, what do we see on the NASDAQ 100? It is heading down also. And so far this week, we can see we got close to the lowest low. That was 318.26 most recently, 319.94, so not quite hit it yet. Red down candle, price percent oscillator going down, derivative oscillator still quite negative, losing some downward momentum. 2-day, price percent oscillator flat. Solid green candle. Now those solid green candles, again, for those not familiar with the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, it means a slowdown in the down movement. It means things have not changed in that intermediate trend. Just means they've slowed down in the down movement. Derivative oscillator still negative, maybe losing a little bit of negativity. We look at the half day. We can see where things bottomed most recently in the morning on Tuesday, pull back a little on Wednesday. Tuesday afternoon, pulled back a lot on Wednesday, still below the weekly, and the 2-day hasn't crossed over going up yet on the price percent oscillator. Derivative oscillator still negative too. So still lots of downward pressure intermediate chart still shows it. And of course, that short-term chart is trying to trend up. So, a little bit of a pullback, going up today. Doesn't mean everything is beautiful in the world. Is the war still going on? Is inflation still out of control? Are you still paying crazy prices at the gas pump? Yes, this is what the market does. Watch it, pay attention to it, get used to it, practice trade. That's the way you're going to learn. Learn by doing. What do we see as far as bonds go? Well, bonds have been in a strong down move for quite a while. We saw things leveling out. They popped up over the course of this last week. This week, red spinning top, indecision tending down, down for the day. Just a little under 1% price percent oscillator, which had been maybe a little more than flat, now heading down. Derivative oscillator still losing some downward momentum, but negative. 2-day had crossed over going up and then started sort of weakening and then over going down. First day of this latest one just pushing way through the trend line and hammering down. The price percent oscillator still positive, heading down. Derivative oscillator still positive, losing upward momentum. Half day, of course, it crossed over going down on Tuesday afternoon and then accelerated that Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon. So overall, what do we see? Well, our 2 days heading up. Our weekly is still lots of downward pressure heading down. We'll watch. The next possibility might be a 2-day recross going down, which will give you an opportunity to jump into a down move in bonds. What about gold? Gold's finally pared back a little bit. You look at this weekly candle, it doesn't look it because there's still lots of upward pressure, price pressure on gold, price percent oscillator, derivative oscillator heading up. 2-day chart, that's where you see it kicking in. First day of the latest 2-day candle, gone from a big green up candle to a small red open box. That open box red means slowdown in the up movement. Price percent oscillator has lost a lot of its angle. Derivative oscillator has gone from gaining to dropping and down 2.97% for the day. Now let's take a look at the half day. Down movement in the morning, a little more in the afternoon, and still well above the 2-day and the weekly. That price percent oscillator hasn't crossed over going down. Derivative oscillator also losing momentum, still positive. So we'll see what gold does on the morrow. Still lots of upward pressure on it. And Bitcoin, what do we see with Bitcoin? Bitcoin up for the day, depending on the index you look at, anywhere from about 9 to 10% for the day. What do we see happening? Well, we see the price percent oscillator still negative, trying to head up some. Of course, a lot more in depth for our Patreon members today from the Charting Crypto. We see the price percent oscillator, like I said, heading up still, not crossed over, going up. Derivative oscillator holding on to a little bit of red still. We have a green spinning top so far this week, similar to last week. 2-day, it is still positive. Again, not up to the high it had been before, but that price percent oscillator trying to move up, derivative oscillator trying to head up. And of course, we've got a green spinning top after 2 down days. Look at the half day, actually more than 2 down days, 1, 2, 3, 4 down days. And of course, a nice up day crossing over at the end of the day heading up. So we can adjust. Well, let's see here. Let's grab that. There we go. We can adjust our trend line. And again, what does that mean? Not a whole lot. Bitcoin still, even though that 2 days heading up, it can portend and lead the way up. But we need that weekly to cross up because as we saw this last time, when that weekly crosses, it shows us a sea change in investor sentiment and things can go up, up, and up. Have we reached a bottom in Bitcoin from the bottom back at the end of January, beginning of February? I hope so, but it's not confirmed yet. That's where we are, folks. As we end the day, please take that ATR training and all the other special training that we have for you. I don't even have the names down yet. Always winning strategy and the ATR strategy. You're going to get so much out of those. I think they're the two best trainings I've ever done, and I did them both yesterday. I recorded the always winning strategy last night at about midnight, and I recorded the ATR strategy this afternoon, and I'm proud of them. I want you to experience them. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.